Okay, we'll come back to order now. We'll go on to the next committee. That committee is Lake Whatcom and Natural Resources Committee, and Dan Hamill is the chair.
Thank you. Joining me this afternoon are Council Members Knutson and Borneman. We have one item before us today. This is for information only. This is an update from the Lake Whatcom Policy Group. This is from the May 15th meeting, and you'll have to forgive me. I left my reading glasses in the council office, so I'm going to do this number. We have a few items that we covered at the last meeting. The Lake Whatcom build-out report, recent residential construction trends. This report is produced every year to provide a broad overview of construction trends in the Lake Whatcom watershed. As of January 2017, there were 7,001 existing residential units in the watershed and a potential for another 1,631 to be developed. Most developable parcels are in the Sudden Valley and rural watershed, although there are 110 potential new units in the city portion of the watershed. We also looked at or had updates on program areas. I'll just go through these. Land acquisition and property management. The city's hired a new property specialist to assist in managing the lands acquired using the acquisition fund, and staff are focusing on restoration work. City's removing social trails. These are mountain biking, hiking, horseback riding trails that are not built to appropriate standards and that could trigger erosion or other property damage. We also talked about the TMDL, or total maximum daily load, enforcement and detailed implementation plan. The Lake Whatcom program is working on its detailed implementation plan to the Department of Ecology, which is due in October. This will lay out 10 years of planned activities to reduce phosphorus and coliform, with the first half of the plan containing more detail coinciding with the program's 5-year plan. We also discussed AIS, Aquatic Invasive Species Program, as well. Inspections started in February, and the inspection stations at Lake Whatcom and Lake Samish opened on April 22nd. Activity is down somewhat year to date in comparison to last year when it basically went from winter to summer and then people got in their boats and had them inspected. So thus far in 2017 there have been 1,488 permits issued and 1,923 inspections completed. Also covered the data team function and recent activities. This is a multi-jurisdictional team consisting of staff from the city, County Water District, Department of Ecology, and Western Washington University Institute for Watershed Studies and Geology Department. Team meets 11 times a year to share information and discuss new data coming from various Lake Whatcom monitoring activities, and they're focusing on data to help optimize modeling efforts and to reduce uncertainty by targeting areas where there are data gaps. Coming up, we will be doing a capital projects review in July, and the October meeting will include an update on city and county efforts to regulate vacation rentals in the watershed. So the next meeting is July 17th, 3 o'clock in the fireplace room at 625 Halleck Street. I just wanted to kind of editorialize just very, very briefly here. The staff had questions about the efficacy of the policy group. Like, do we need to keep meeting? What is are policymakers getting what they need? And my response was that this is the only intersection between Lake Whatcom Water and Sewer District, Whatcom County Council, Sudden Valley Community Association, and Bellingham City Council. So the answer is yes. This is very important that we hold these meetings. They went from 12 times per year to 4 times a year. So. Which is great to reduce the amount of meetings, but it means that we pack up the agendas a little bit more, and we're focusing in on topics that are, I think, critical to your drinking water protection. So I just wanted to pass it along that we still are meeting in the next one. We do encourage the public to come, and we often do have several folks coming to those meetings. So I don't know if committee members have any other comments or questions. Council member Murphy?
I was just going to say cut the meetings in half, but 4 is even better.
yeah, we went down quite a bit, so yeah.
I do agree with your assessment that it should keep going. I think that's important.
It's the drinking water source for 100,000 people. I think that policymakers should meet on a regular basis to make sure that we're tracking accordingly. So with no other comments, end of committee.